Now Nation, we're at it again once more with another dancehall update, and today it's all about Vybz Kartel, the dancehall extraordinaire, and people will come to talk about his Privy Council trial, which is set to begin in a few days. Right, we'll come to talk about, but before we get into it, remember to like the video and get the notification bell so you can be notified when we drop new videos. Now people, what I'm about to read to you is basically an article. So this was not handwritten by me or anything. It's an article, and the source is Dancehall Mag. So if you don't want to read the official article, you can go up on dancehallmag.com. You know what I mean? So the article's title is Vybz Kartel Final Appeal, Everything We Know. So now just lend me on ears a few minutes and think we are going to go some and read out the article and then explain out a few things and then thoroughly process everything and then go some and make you guys say what you have to say in the comment section after seeing. So make we begin now. Isaac Buchanan, the attorney who represents King of Dancehall Vybz Kartel, told Dancehall Mag on Sunday that he's eager to argue the Fever's DJ final appeal at the UK's Judicial Committee of the Privy Council on Wednesday and Thursday, which is February 14 and 15. Now in March 2014, Kartel's real name, Adidja Palmer, and Sean Storm Campbell, and two associates, Kyra Jones and Mad Sus, aka Andre St. John, were all found guilty of killing Clive Lizard Williams, who according to prosecutors had disappeared after failing to return two unlicensed firearms to Kartel. His body was never found. After their conviction was largely upheld by the Jamaica Court of Appeal in April 2020, the four men moved to the Privy Council, the final court of appeal for some Commonwealth nations, including Jamaica, seeking to overturn their life sentences that range from 22 to 32 years before parole. They allege, among other things, that crucial cell phone evidence was improperly obtained and that the trial itself, which lasted 64 days in the Kingston Home Circuit Court, was compromised. Now, the Privy Council has assigned a panel of 5 justices: Lord Reid, Lord Lloyd Jones, Lord Briggs, Lord Burroughs, and Lady Simla, who now see them picture right now, who will hear arguments from the both sides on key issues in the case. Now, they will then issue a ruling in due course, typically a few months. Now, according to Buchanan and court records independently obtained by Dancehall Mag, the key issues to be decided in Kartel's final appeal are: should the trial judge have excluded the telecommunications evidence relied on by the prosecution? How should the judge have handled the allegations that were attempts to bribe members of the jury during the trial? Should the jury or the particular juror said to have offered the bribes have been discharged? Was the judge wrong to invite the jury to reach a verdict late in the day, given the special circumstances of the case? Now, many regard Buchanan as the ideal candidate to take the World Boss case to the UK, as not only was he once a musician himself, but also a big fan of the live suite DJ. Asked if he was optimistic about the chances of winning, he responded, "I believe in the Jamaican Constitution. It is the last instrument in existence that restores humanity in Jamaica." Now, reach the next part of the article. It says cell phone evidence was crucial data obtained illegally. Let me repeat that. It says cell phone evidence was crucial data obtained illegally. So it's basically asking a question. So it says the central argument in the case questions the validity of cell phone and other telecommunication evidence presented by the prosecution. Now, police had seized a total of 10 cell phones, including 4 belonging to Kartel. Now, when the artist and his co-appellants were arrested on September 30, 2011, in particular, one of the phones, a BlackBerry Torch belonging to Kartel, its SIM card and SD card allegedly contained evidence that linked him to Williams' murder. Now, a Privy Council summary of the case states the prosecution relied heavily on evidence derived from these phones, which was taken from a copy of a CD-ROM provided by a Digicel telecommunications provider, in response to a police request. Now, at the trial, the appellants challenged the admissibility of this telecommunications evidence. They argued that the police request to Digicel and Digicel's provision of data to the police were carried out in breach of the Interception of Communications Act. It continued further. The evidence had been obtained in breach of the fundamental right of the protection of privacy of communication guaranteed by the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms contained in the Jamaican Constitution. However, the trial judge ruled that the telecommunications evidence was admissible. Now, jury tampering allegations. Was the trial compromised? This is another question being asked. Now, another significant concern pertains to the attempted jury tampering. Now, during the trial, the Judge Justice Lennox Campbell became aware of an allegation that a juror had attempted to bribe the jury forewoman by offering 500,000 Jamaican dollars for her to influence other jurors to not return a not guilty verdict. Now, the offer was also allegedly made to some other jurors. Now, after investigating the allegation and considering it with counsel for both the prosecution and the defense, the judge decided that the trial should proceed. He did not charge the jury or the particular juror said to have offered the bribes, the Privy Council records reveal. Now, in March 2023, the particular juror, a man named Livingston Kane, was sentenced to 12 months in prison at hard labor on a charge of attempting to pervert the course of justice in Kartel's case. Now, at the time, his attorney, Valerie Nita Robertson, told Ansal Mag that he would be appealing the conviction. Handling of jury deliberations, was pressure placed on the jurors? Now, this is another question being asked. It says Kartel and his co-appellants are also questioning Justice Campbell's decision to send the jury for a verdict late on the day, potentially pressuring them to arrive at a decision. Now, the judge finished his summing up at 3:42 p.m. on the 13th of March 2014. The jury returned at 5:35 p.m. when the forewoman told the court that the jury had not reached an unanimous verdict, the court records noted. Now, the judge sent the jury out again at 6:08 p.m. The jury returned and by a majority of 10-1 convicted the appellants of the murder of Mr. Williams. Now, more case background. It says Vybz Kartel and his co-appellants had also sought to introduce 2 additional grounds for appeal, including the introduction of fresh evidence that Kartel's cell phone had shown signs of tampering while in police custody. Now, in February 2023, the Privy Council denied the 2 applications. In July 2023, Bert Samuels and attorney for Sharon Storm had announced that the UK court had set tentative dates of April 16 through 18 in 2024 to hear the main arguments in the quartet's appeal. However, Kartel's battle with his grave disease led to an expedited date for the appeal. His condition is being managed as best as possible in the circumstances currently. Proper treatment, however, is needed, Buchanan said. Now, in addition to the cell phone evidence, prosecutors had relied on the sole witness, Lamar Wee Chow, who made an account of the events that took place at the Fevers DJ house in Havendale, St. Andrew on August 16, 2011. Now, it says that Wee testified that on the day he had accompanied Sharon Storm and Williams to Kartel's home, where they had been summoned over missing firearms, which were referred to in cell phone messages as shoes. Wee said Kartel, Andre St. John and Kyra Jones were already at the house when they arrived. According to Chow, while Kartel was questioning them about the guns, Jones held Williams from behind while Chow immediately ran into another room. He added that Kartel and Storm forcibly brought him back to the room where he saw Lizard lying motionless on his back, with Jones bending over him and St. John holding concrete block in his hands. Chow claimed that he feared for his safety, so he fled again, this time running from the house by climbing over a gate. He testified that he was chased by Kartel, who later assured him that he had nothing to worry about. However, instead of returning to the house, Chow said he accompanied Kartel to a hospital, where Kartel was treated for a dog bite he had received during the chase. Now, Kartel's defense had questioned Chow's credibility during the original trial and cited his inconsistent accounts of the events, including a purported letter by Chow to a public defender which stated that he saw Lizard after August 16, 2011, and that the police had pressured him to give a conflicting statement. You hear that? Now, Gaza Slim, now Vanessa Bling, known for her ride or die anthems with Kartel, was also caught up in the case after she filed a police report claiming that Williams had robbed her after the date of his death. Now, Bling was charged with attempting to pervert the course of justice. She spent a brief time in jail and years on bail before the charges dropped in 2014. Now, in 2014 of April, Kartel was initially given 35 years before being eligible for parole. It was, however, reduced to 32 years and 6 months following a Jamaica Court of Appeal ruling in 2020. Now, St. John, who had to serve 30 years before being eligible for parole, had his time shaved down to 27 years and 6 months, while Sharon Storm and Jones, who had to serve 25 years before being eligible, had theirs reduced to 22 years and 6 months. See? So, people, that's the end of the article. You see what I say? And basically, a few questions were asked. You see what I say? I tell you, this update is a bit, it's a very lengthy one. About 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes. But I don't know, me have to update to now make you know what I go on. You see what I say? A few questions were asked. You see what I say? A couple eyebrows were raised. You see what I say? Because the brother when him we theme statement them no sound accurate, stuff like that. A whole heap of tampering going with the cell phones, whole heap of little mishap going within the trial, as I say. So in my honest opinion, it was not a fair trial, as I say. So that is the reason why Vybz Kartel take it to the Privy Council to get an honest fair trial, as I say. Yeah, one of them thing there. So people, you don't know me, just update to now make you hear what go on. A few questions were asked and such the light and stuff like that. And if you don't have anything to say about the whole topic, feel free to leave it in the comment section. The comment section is always there for you guys to leave your opinions and stuff like that. You see me I say? So big woman thing, I gotta just end the update right now. You see me I say? You don't know, remember now people to watch the video, like the video, share the video, watch the playlist, like the playlist, share the playlist, and don't forget to watch the ads in. So big up on yourself, and you don't know, tomorrow look out for your next update scene. So until next time and the next topic, I'm out.